In this video, I'm docked in Chelsea on Manhattan Island. I'm going to show you what it's like to spend a week docked in New York City. New York City's not your average cruising destination. And then it was a beautiful dawn departure sailing down the East Coast to Atlantic City. All right, here at the Chelsea Piers Marina. Boys are not going to be happy that I'm leaving them behind, although they just had a nice long walk, so I don't feel too bad for them. I've got some errands to run, so I figured I'd show you the Chelsea Piers here and what's all around. These docks right here, floating docks, and then this is a driving range. On the other side of the driving range, there are more yachts where they keep those slightly smaller yachts. And then, of course, this is like a parking garage, and then there's something, I'm not sure what else is over there, but then so you have big yachts here, and then there's bigger yachts on the other side, plus that's where the tour boats start. So if you're wanting to be in Manhattan, you can't get much more convenient than this, staying at the Chelsea Piers. I mean, it's just really convenient for getting around. It's slightly cheaper than the Brooklyn Marina, so that's why I'm here. I will say the Brooklyn Marina has a better view. I'm just basically looking at New Jersey right now. And like the Brooklyn Marina, I mean, it's hard to say if this is better protected or not. I mean, you can see the boats moving a lot right now. And then sometimes it gets a lot worse. So, you know, you got the piers blocking most of the water, but then every time a ferry goes by out there, you get a nice little wake coming in. During the daytime, you can get thrown around a bit. At night, though, it really calms down, and you know, there's not a whole lot of ferry traffic, so it's a lot better. But nice big floating docks here. So here in the piers, they have, you know, the driving range down there. They have a bowling alley. They have a fitness center. They have a field house for doing like, you know, gymnastics and stuff. So a lot of really cool stuff here. And then it's just right across the street over here. You can get to the subway. There's a dog park and another park at the end of the piers over there that, you know, the boys love it. They already know the way there. We've been here for a few days already. So whenever we're walking that way, they know we're headed to the dog park. They get excited. You are not me. New York is the city that never sleeps. And I got to say, it was pretty interesting and convenient having so much to do right off the back of my boat. Although especially during the daytime, the marina could be a bit rolly with so much boat traffic passing by. All right, taking the dogs with me for lunch. You can see just how when a wake goes by, it can get a little nasty. What I wondered is this old Hatteras. It's probably I'm just guessing by the looks of it, an early 90s Hatteras, 60-ish foot boat. I mean, like if I'm just throwing a number out there, it might be worth a couple $100,000 maybe. And this is an expensive marina. It looks like it's been there a while, and there's nobody on the boat. So somebody's just storing that boat there. I mean, it looks like, because it's got like a little, you know, website on it. They were trying to do charters or something on it, but it's just sitting there, not being moved. Seems like not a nice boat to be. I mean, like some of these boats, yeah, okay, you got a $5 million boat, whatever, you're paying 10 grand a month to keep your boat here, a big deal. But you know, if you got a $150,000 boat doing the same thing, that's a little bit different price. I think the boys enjoyed exploring the city as much as I did. Losing my religion, trying to keep up. Of course, one thing most New Yorkers don't get to do is explore the city from the water. I boarded my Highfield dinghy and headed out into the Hudson. All right, I decided to take the pups out for a little cruise. Why not? It's a nice afternoon. Go down by the financial district, see the World Trade Center. Probably won't make it all the way to, like, you know, Statue of Liberty, but you never know. Maybe we will. Cougar and Merlin like taking the dinghy out. It's their version of sticking their head out the car door window. You don't really get a sense of how big the island of Manhattan is till you see it from the water. It was a couple miles from Chelsea down to the financial district and to the World Trade Center. Every waking hour, I'm choosing my confessions. All right, so this marina right here is like the most expensive marina I've ever seen. I want to say it was like $1,000 a night if I were to stay there. It's like more than double what this other place is. Pretty cool, but pretty expensive. It's a little choppy out here, so I mean, as you can see. So I'm not going to go all the way to Statue of Liberty, but it's a little rough for the boys. Eye on you, like a hurt, lost and blind. The boys looked like they were still having a good time, so I decided to try for the Statue of Liberty. I said it. was a little bit choppy, but the pups were handling it well. All right, I decided I changed my mind. It was only an extra like 7 or 8, maybe 10 minutes, and it really wasn't that rough, so I figured why not come here and get this as the background. So not bad here. Got Statue of Liberty behind me, got Jersey on this side over here, you got Manhattan, and then Brooklyn over there, you know, Staten Island, whatever, somewhere over there. Back that way, I don't know. I'm no geographer. Oh shit, we got they call it the Beast. I hope he doesn't run me over. What if all these fantasies come flailing around? There's always lots of tour traffic coming out to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Too much. I thought that I heard you laugh. Pretty nice, very nice. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought. It was a little bit easier run downwind and downwave to Chelsea. And it's a pretty unique experience being out here on a dinghy. That was just a dream. That was just a dream. That's me in the corner. The next morning we were up before dawn to get moving. Losing my religion. Trying to keep up you. All right, about to get moving here. It's before dawn, obviously. Already walked the dogs. Had a great time in New York City. You know, I can see why people like living here. I don't know if I could live here, but I did enjoy the week I spent here. I spent here for a week, had a good time. So did the dogs. There's a dog park right there. They enjoyed going there, hanging out with other dogs. You know, the city never sleeps. There's always lots of fun, cool stuff to do. This marina is pretty convenient. If you book it by the week, it's a little bit less expensive. I mean, it's still expensive, but not like, oh my God, expensive, you know? And actually went on a date with a girl. I think there's some potential there. She may come, I think she is gonna come and meet me in Atlantic City. She said she would just sail down with me, but like she had stuff to do this week, but she may come down. Anyway, like I said, really enjoyed New York, but I mean, everything except for this morning. So, you know, I was walking the dogs this morning and there's a homeless person, crazy of them. There's several of them in the park where I walked the dog, and like one was like walking around, he's kind of walking behind me, and like I'm sitting there, you know, looking back the whole time, you know, because I'm not letting him sneak up on me, because this, you know, he's like mumbling something about take him out, whatever. I'm like, okay, this guy's clearly crazy, and who knows? So I didn't want him to take me out. I'm just going to check the fuel situation and then start the motors and get moving. Another 15-20 minutes, I'm going to get a little bit lighter out here. The conditions were calm, so it made it easy untying the boat by myself. All right, sun's up in about 10 minutes, so getting off the dock now. There's like basically 2 hurricanes converging. I was gonna stay here a little bit longer, like another half week, but then I would be stuck here until the end of this week, which then would put me pretty tight getting to Annapolis for the boat show in time. So leaving now, I'm gonna go spend like 5 days in Atlantic City and then wait for those hurricanes to go past. And then when they get past, I will head down to Annapolis. I was in for a treat because it was an absolutely stunning sunrise coming up over Manhattan and New York City. Morning, it really is beautiful. The boys were already settling in for the journey. Of course, we had to make one more pass by Ellis Island. It's been real, New York. We'll see you next time. It'd be kind of a cool spot. People anchored behind the Statue of Liberty there. It'd be kind of cool. All right, I gotta turn left and head down to Verrazano Narrows Bridge and then out around into the Atlantic. It was gonna be a long day on the water, more than 90 miles. That's why I left at dawn. The wind was pretty calm in the upper bay, but hopefully it would pick up soon. Thankfully, the conditions allowed for some sailing as I turned down the New Jersey coast. Came down to make some food and heard that I was because of motor sailing. It was kind of a little rattling noise, so I investigated down here, and it's got like this mount. So you can see that mount where the shaft goes through. It was making a racket, and so I oiled it, I greased it just now, and then the bolts that hold it on that hold it to that beam they're loose, and so that mount is bouncing up and down. So I'm gonna tighten that down, see if I can get it to get a little more stable on the shaft. Everybody likes a stable shaft. It was time for some boat yoga. You have to be a little contortionist on a boat. All right, I'm gonna go start the motor, see how wobbly it is now. Sounds much better. Let me increase the RPM, see what happens. All right, it feels better too. Because what tipped me off to the whole thing is I started feeling a little vibration, like maybe I had something in the prop or something. You know, I could feel like all of a sudden the vibrations picked up a lot, and so I went to investigate all that stuff, and now there's no vibration anymore. So it was just a loose mount. All right, we got Atlantic City off in the distance there. I can see it. We're still 10 miles away, so it's gonna be after dark by the time we get there. So I went in and showered so that I could just take them for a walk and then go to dinner as soon as we get there. It'll probably be 7:30 or 8 o'clock by the time we get to the marina. You know, the Genoa's not even staying full. There's only like 8 knots of breeze. Maybe not even that much. And we're going 6.5, so it's not staying full. There's another boat out here, wing on wing, but. They're probably doing 2 knots. Maybe, I don't know where they're going, but not in a hurry.
We should head back to our old place in the faraway town where I met you, baby. All those years passed now.
I had the mizzen out for a bit, so I had the mizzen and the Genoa sailing for a bit, then motor sail the rest of the way, just to get there before dark. So
Tomorrow I get down.
Before turning into Atlantic City, I furled the head sail.
Should we call it quits and let go? I have cried.
Sunset wasn't quite as beautiful as sunrise, but I'll take it.
Over you, sleepless nights, what a crime, wasting my tears on a broken dream.
It was truly dark by the time I turned into the channel.
Another mistake, maybe I don't want to feel this heartache.
Heading in the channel here, it's actually quite hard to see these lights. And there's like the ones I kept seeing it and then not seeing it. There was a bunch of birds sitting on the light and I couldn't see it, but anyway, when I got close enough I could get it. But well after dark, so coming in, on instruments.
Thinking I don't even know why I tried.
I had my deck lights on just to make it a little bit easier to be seen by other boats as I headed in.
Is it just me? Do you feel the same?
The hard part was going to be trying to find my slip in the dark marina and no staff to help me.
Or should we stay, try to make things right, cause I get a little down.
Fortunately, there was someone on the dock that found my slip for me, but he wasn't going to help me with the lines.
Should we call it quits and let go?
There wasn't any wind, so I just jumped off the boat and grabbed my lines and tied them on.
Many times over you, sleepless nights, what a crime, wasting my tears on a broken.
Patrons, channel members, and the Sailing Doodles Navy got early access to this video, and they got access to the raw, uncut footage. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure you're subscribed to the channel.
Even though I